Hello everyone. Last section we calculate the moving average through two Python arrays. One is the fast moving average array, another one is the slow moving average array. This is the class. We call that moving average crossover. And then we need that fast MA, slow MA, and also the last crossover. We need to remember that so we can calculate exactly when that happened, the crossover happens. And then we declare the fast moving average array and the slow moving average array. So for example, we want to calculate 15 moving averages, then this is fast moving average array will hold 15 numbers. And say if we use the 120 for the slow moving average, then this array will hold 120 numbers. And then when we try to calculate whether it's a crossover, apply some basic logic here. So we calculate the slow moving average value with the sum divided by the number of the atoms of the array, and this is the sum divided by the number of atoms. Then we use some basic logic to calculate when the crossover happens. Okay. So now for this class, there is a problem is, say, if you want to use, for example, the slow moving average, if you want to use 200 or 120, then on a 30 seconds chart, you have to wait 1 hour to get the first successful slow moving average value. Before that, say if you only had 100 numbers, then it's not 120 moving average value. So today I'm going to use the database value to calculate the moving average. This is not good or bad, it's just more practical, and also it makes more sense. So the class we call that MA crossover is very similar to this one. See. Okay, here is the new class to calculate the moving average crossover. We put a PG here because we use the PostgreSQL as our database, and the init function is pretty much the same as before. We get a fast MA passed in, we get slow MA passed in, and again we need a table, of course, because we want to do the query from the table, and then we need to remember the last crossover so we can know what happened when the next crossover, exactly the moment that happened. And then we need use our existing the PostgreSQL utility class so we can operate on that table. So here we declare object as that class. Okay, now we calculate how we calculate the crossover happens. Okay, so first, we declare a variable crossover is 0 as nothing happens, and then we need to calculate the slow moving average, okay, and then it's a fast moving average. Here, we make another function in the IbPy utility function class. We make here we make a new function called get MA value in our existing IbPy utility class. So this function will give us the moving average from the table. Okay, so slow moving average, we get the table. Is a slow past the slow moving average number here, and the fast moving average, same thing, just past the fast moving average here. Okay, now we just like the class before, we need to figure out when the crossover happens. Okay, so the last crossover equals 0, which means this is the very beginning because the crossover never happens before. Okay, so now if fast moving average is bigger than slow moving average, okay, and then the last crossover must be 1 because the fast moving average value is about the slow moving average value. Okay, otherwise if the fast moving average value less than slow moving average value, then it's -1. Okay, so this part we only calculate once. It's very beginning. Okay, after that, it's either 1 or -1 or 1 or negative, never be 0 again. And then if the last crossover equal to 1, which means the fast moving average is about the slow moving average. Okay, and now if the new fast moving average value is less than slow moving average, which means the fast moving average line dive below the slow moving average. So we change this one equal to -1, and now the crossover here, remember that? The crossover, we put -1 here, okay? And the same thing if this is -1, okay, and then the fast moving average value is bigger than slow moving average, which means the fast moving average just rise below the slow moving average and about that. So we put the last crossover equal to 1, and then this crossover here equal to 1, okay? And now for the other scenarios, okay, like if this is 1 and this is bigger than this, then it's still 1. It's no crossover happens, okay? So only this 2 cases, the crossover happens, right? Okay, and then the function at the end, we just return this crossover, okay? So this crossover is either 1 or -1, or if it's the last crossover equal to 1 and the fast moving average keep above slow moving average, then there's no crossover happens. It's still 0, okay? So this is the function. We put that. And now let's look at how we do the get moving average value. We put that function in the our IbPy utility class. That makes sense because we just try to put all those database operations in that class. Okay. So here is the one. That's the PG utility. Okay. You remember that we put a table and then we do a connection. Okay. Okay. Here is the function. It's get MA value. Okay. Of course, we need the self and then we need MA. So if you pass in 15, then we get a 15 moving average value. If we apply 50, then 50, 200, 120. That's the number, okay? So now the select statement. The select statement is select average T close from, okay, then this long one is a subquery. The subquery is we select T close from the table, okay, it's the table here. And then order by ID DSC, so we count from the very back end limit. This is the placeholder. It will be put the MA here as a temp table. So we select the average T close from this temp table. Okay, obviously if you put 20 here, then this temp table only get 20 rows, and then this average for this 20 records. Okay, so now it's the cursor. The cursor is like before, is PG connection cursor. Okay, same as this one. We just call that different select cursor, and then select cursor execute the select moving SQL here. Okay, and then we put MA here, and then the MA value is select cursor fetch 1. Actually, it's only 1 here, so fetch 1, and then it return a turbo, and the first value is the moving average value. Okay, and then we close the cursor and return this moving average value here. Okay, so this is the function to get moving average from the table. Okay, so this way we don't need to wait like 1 hour to get that. Okay, it's make more sense. Back to this class. Okay, so when we calculate that, we need to calculate this one here. Okay, so that's for today. We use the SQL statement to get the moving average value from the table, and then we make a new class, apply some basic logic to get whether the moving average cross happens. So that's it for today. Thank you.